football is in danger. It's obvious because the obvious threat is the VAR and probably the officials because VAR is a machine. It's a tool that was introduced to better the game. Now, how you use it and when you choose to use it, it's another case entirely. Now, we've had a lot of problems with the use of VR by officials that have refused to do the work the right way. Now, take a look at the Africa Cup of Nations, where it was used properly and the games were so good and nobody complained because it was used the right way and they consulted it when it was necessary to clarify certain things in the game. Now, in EPL, obviously, they're obviously reading the back of the manual or they've refused to do it the right way. It is now beginning to endanger the game because of how it is used. Now, obviously, the referees and the officials are the all of all in the game and they do what they like. We've, we see teams lose points and lose games that are very important to them that will either save them from relegation and help them go up the table because a referee has decided to do the wrong thing. And we need to correct this. We need to check these things and correct them before it becomes worse. Let's take a look at Nottingham Forest, Everton yesterday. Obviously, they put out a statement because according to the statement, they won the PGMOL that one of the officials were a Luton fan. So they were aware before that game that the game might be compromised, but they refused to act because maybe obviously they didn't want the point to go to Luton. I'm just saying. But the point is, at the end of the day, if you watch that game, you see that Nottingham Forest was denied two penalties, and Ashley Young should have been in the pitch at that to finish the game. He stretched his hand out and he brought the ball down that prevented a Nottingham Forest player from getting the ball. That is a penalty. It wasn't given, and he later brought down a player in the pitch in the 18-yard box, and he remained in the pitch and it wasn't given. The same thing happened against Chelsea and Manchester City, which Chelsea was the better side. They were supposed to give that penalty on Learish, who stretched out his hand to stop the ball in the box. Now, for some certain reasons, the referee, Michael Oliver, refused to go out there and check. He used to go to check on the screen to know what happened. He concluded that it was not supposed to be given because he was in charge of the game. This is not why the VAR was brought in. It was brought in to better the game. It was brought in to clean up this mess. Rather, it's being used to compromise these games. We're losing football as it is because when you watch football and you're not sure of how the officiating is going to go, and you feel that the official is biased and it's not the VAR is not being used the right way, the fun in football is gone. The joy that you have when you watch these games is gone. And if something is not done fast, it's going to continue to commit more damage to these games. And this is worse in the EPL. This same thing that happened against Nottingham Forest have put on a statement. Arsenal did it before. Ateta came out against Newcastle because obviously there was a foul inside the 18-yard box. The ball was outside, outside the pitch, and it wasn't given, and Newcastle scored. Now the point is, what I see here is what the officials are doing is, whenever they make a mistake, they come up with a rule that backs it, and it's so disgraceful. It's so shameful. The ball goes out, they tell you it has to go through the line. We don't know what the rules of the games are anymore. It's like they make it up as they go. You do something wrong, they say it's in a book. This is how it should go. And somebody comes, some of this analysis, Karagad, obviously, and probably Gary Neville comes and backs them up on TV. And we all get pushed around and they keep us where they want us to be. But the point is, this game is supposed to be playing clean, and we cannot get the best out of these players if the players themselves believe that there is no fairness in the game. There's no fairness in the officiating. Players have to be treated fairly. Goals has to be awarded when it goes out, when it goes into the net. When there's a free kick, it has to be given on time. So players don't sustain injuries that they might not be able to come out from. And if this is not done, it's going to damage the game, like I said before. And I believe that the only way to solve this is probably they need to bring in some ex players. I said it before in one of my podcasts. Ex players has to come in. Some of these referees do not even know the game. They don't know the game. They don't. You need to understand what you go through playing football for you to understand how to go about it. You might be an official, but you've never played the game. Being a referee doesn't mean you have the knowledge about the game. They have to be assisted, and it has to be taken out of the hands of the referees because obviously they are making wrong decisions by the day, and it's making the EPL look like a joke. And something has to change and fast.